What's up guys, Baker here. Today I have a very special tutorial. This is the smooth cinematic transitions tutorial, and basically what this is in my recent OBJ edit, these opening cinematics. Oh cool, look at that, Time Warner cable? No, alright. So basically how these kind of transition and how they rotate and be all smooth, and people call this pan crop kind of stuff, so kind of like that, a little bit of that kind of stuff going on. So yeah, let's just jump right in and have some fun. So basically, let's zoom in here. I have this song here, and I have 3 cinematics that I actually got from a cinematic pack. So this just shows you that you can turn anything that's halfway decent into something that's pretty cool looking. So basically, we're just going to go to the first little snare clap thingy right here and line up our first cinematic. So boom, perfect. Second clap over here. Let's move this one over. Hit the begin or open bracket to snap it over. Perfect. Alright, and the final one over here. And let's snap that over. And let's trim these so we can actually see. So let's do Alt end bracket, or close bracket I guess. And this one as well. Trim, and we will trim on the very last clap so it will go to black. Alright. So there are the 3 cinematics, very basic. And let's get this started. So first we're just going to do the little time kind of sync stuff. Now, if you have a high frames per second clip, like a PC clip that's like 600 frames per second, you can use, enable time remapping, and just move this end keyframe, that's the end of your cinematic, move it to the end of this trimmed cinematic, so hold shift and it'll snap like that. So we get the full length of the cinematic, it's sped up. Let's go to the middle here, keyframe this. Actually, we don't need to keyframe that. Let's just click on time remap and go to the graph editor, and we can easy ease out, but we can move it upwards to go fast in the beginning, slow down, click on this one, easy ease in, and then speed up when we want to go out. So let's just RAM preview just that section real quick. Not bad, looks pretty cool. The only problem with this is since this is a 30 frames per second cinematic, what happens is if you slow this down too much, right, what happens is, since we have a camera solve on the inside, since it's slowed down so much, it'll interpolate the camera solve keyframes, which updates the element 3D text every single frame, but the actual footage itself does not go every single frame. So you can see the element is moving and the footage is not. So unless you have a very high FPS clip, then this is fine, but if it's something like 30, maybe even 60, I wouldn't recommend this. So let's just use Twixtor instead for now. So uncheck this stopwatch to reset the time remapping, and let's just drag on Twixtor. Alright, so the input frame rate is 30. Even though this main composition I'm in is 59.94, this just needs to be the frame rate of the clip only. So image prep, let's do contrast, edge, enhance, and let's go to the very first frame and keyframe it at 100, doesn't really matter. Let's go right in the middle, let's try to eyeball it. Let's push U and keyframe it again. And the last frame before the next clip, so this one, keyframe it again. Now let's just guess the end keyframe values. So let's double click and let's just say, I don't know, 400. And the first one, 400. With this still selected, let's go to graph editor and go to the middle keyframe, easy ease, and bring this maybe like halfway to the next keyframe, So it kind of smooths into 100% speed. It's not reaching the full length of the clip, so let's just increase these values to maybe 500 and 500. So let's RAM preview that real quick. Looks pretty smooth. I like Twixtor because it has the frame blending and it'll always look smooth. So. Okay, I think I can go a little bit higher. So let me just do that real quick, and I will do the same exact thing with Twixtor for the rest of the clips, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Alright, so I synced up with the Twixtor and it looks pretty good so far. One thing I do want to mention is you want to try to find cinematics that have like long or decently long time span or movement. Like this last cinematic, it doesn't really move a lot, so with the high speed to medium speed to high speed, it doesn't really look like much is happening, as opposed to like these where there's a lot of panning and stuff. So try to find cinematics like that, but that's good for now. Let's get into the main quote-unquote pan crop. So we can do this per clip, or we can just make a new adjustment layer, and we can just rename this to pan crop if you want. Sony Vegas users, something else, man. Let's go to transform and bring that on. Now let's go to the first frame here. Watch this. Push J. Boom, snaps to the keyframe. Alright, so let's keyframe the scale, rotation, and if you want position, but I'm not going to worry about position right now. Let's go to the next keyframe, so push K. Boom! Alright, let's also push U so we can see this. Keyframe the scale so it lines up with the middle, let's see if I can scoot this up, middle Twixtor keyframe. Push K. And scale and rotation again. Move forward, oh sorry, zoom in here. Move forward one frame, so it's the next clip now. Keyframe both, push K, keyframe scale, push K. So frame right before, keyframe both frame, or the first frame in the next clip, keyframe both, push K, snap over, keyframe scale, and last one, keyframe both. Alright, so now we're going to modify these values. So let's go back here, push J again. With the rotation, let's start with that. I'm going to do, let's say, -10, and then K, K, and then +10. So that's the first clip. Push K again. So here's the second clip. I'm also going to do +10, so it's the same as the clip before it, so it's kind of rotated to the right. Okay, let's move forward, and this will be -10, so the end of that clip. And the beginning of this clip will also be -10, and the end of this last clip will be +10. So this is kind of just like a rocking back and forward, left to right. Yeah. So to get rid of these black edges, we're going to add a motion tile before the transform, and let's just make this, I don't know, 120. Is that enough? Yeah. And maybe like 110, and mirror edges. So that fixes the edges, but you do get a little bit of weird mirror stuff, so that's where the scale is going to help us kind of hide that a little bit. So the first scale keyframe, let's, I don't know, make this 125. Middle can be, I don't know, 105. And then last one, 125 again. And 125, 105, and 125. Last one, 125, 105, and 125. Alright, so if we RAM preview this, this will look very not smooth. Alright, so you can see the scaling and rotation is very, I don't know, like robotic or something, so we need to smooth that out. So we're going to jump right back into Graph Editor. So let's click on Scale, graph editor, and we have our keyframes here. So what do you think? Easy ease? About halfway? Sounds good? Alright. Let's do this one as well. Just, mess with the handles. And of course, you can alter this method however you want. Play around with your handles and make something cool. Let's also go to rotation. We can see a rotation. Again, very, very linear. So we're going to do the same thing with Twixtor. We're going to ease out but go upwards. So that'll go fast and then slow down and then go fast again. Let's ease this way. Oh, sorry, wrong keyframe. Alright, so we're going to go like this. One thing I do want to mention is go to this middle scale keyframe. We want the rotation to be exactly 0, or as close as we can get. So we have this 0 line here, this dark line. So just play with the handles until everything kind of lines up right in the middle. Alright, so we can go to the next scale keyframe right in the middle. Go to rotation, click, and let's just, play with these handles. Bring this down. Bring this one up and make sure the middle hits 0. Alright, something like that. Alright, last one. Right in the middle. Okay, let's easy ease. Let's just do this. Let's easy ease out in this one. Easy ease in. Graph editor and mess with these handles. Alright, so one more RAM preview for you guys. Alright, so that looks pretty cool, very smooth. One thing I also want to mention is an alternative to the rocking back and forth motion of the rotation. What we can do is, remember this first keyframe was -10 and then it went to +10. We'll make the first keyframe of the next clip also -10, and the other one, let's see, go over and make this +10. Go over again, first keyframe, -10 and +10. Alright, so if we go and fix the handles for the middle clip, click on rotation, we just got to bring these back up, and this one back down. Now it'll look like it's continually rotating to the side. And I'll RAM preview that one more time. I'll also RAM preview it with this wiggle I have here. Here's my wiggle settings, 125 and 1.2 for the position and rotation. Let me turn that on, and I will RAM preview this for the last time. And yeah. So yeah, looks pretty cool. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know. Be sure to like and favorites, comment if you have any questions, hit me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. I also want to try to make a tutorial on this little text hiding behind the stairs here. This was done without masking, so I don't really have a name for it. So if you guys can help me come up with a name, I'll probably do a tutorial on that. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, if you make anything cool with this smooth cinematic transition thing, just post in the comments and I'll take a look and share it with people and stuff. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something new, and yeah, alright, peace.